Okay, so this movie, duh, 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 um, or Daredevil, is, well, it's dumb. It's pretty dumb, but the, I mean, Nelson and Murdoch, they do a pretty good job. I mean, we got Ben Affleck playing Daredevil. Went on to be the worst Batman, except for George Clooney. And then there was Jon Favreau, who went on to make Iron Man and also be in that movie too. So I mean, it's probably good.
Yeah, this is how it started way back in the day when.
Okay, so oof, I got. Well, I mean, the movie itself is kind of, it's more like a guilty pleasure, close to that, but it's still really bad. So I recommend that if you're gonna watch this, think of it as not a good movie, but more of a guilty pleasure. Watching it again, I just realized how unremarkably boring this movie is, to be honest. But whatever, I don't. The guy, the devil. First of all, I got a little problem with his name. Now I know this isn't the comics and whatever, but like, why is he called Daredevil? He's not a daredevil. Daredevils are like people that do dangerous stunts, and that's. His dad was a boxer. Boxing is not it's dangerous. You die in boxing. It's happened. You ever seen Rocky 4? But still, come on, it's still bad. Still pretty bad. I mean, it's not as dangerous as like jumping through a hoop, even if that's all like special effects and it's all fake or whatever, which it is. I don't think it is, but I mean, even if it was all fake, at least you would think it's dangerous. But the guy, he's not being a daredevil. He's they call his dad the devil or whatever. He fights like the devil, and yeah, I guess he does. But like, whatever. But why would you add the dare in front of him? Why don't you just call yourself the devil? I guess maybe because that sounds weird. Also, why is he trying to be like not the bad guy? Like he's dressing up like a devil, and he calls himself the Daredevil. He calls himself Daredevil. So I mean, it's better than Spider-Man 2, but for me that's like really low praise because I hate Spider-Man 2 with a burning passion. But it's not that good. It's not. I would not recommend it. But to get into the characters, let's see. From what I know in the comics, I mean, maybe this would have been the best like adaptation of Daredevil. For a long time, it was the only adaptation of Daredevil into like a movie or film or something. But then the TV show came along and was like, we're gonna be like the best TV show ever, and it's really amazing. So if you want like a good representation of Daredevil, watch the TV show. It's so much better. And yes, I have watched season 1. I just, not after season 1. It's interesting. It's just, I mean, it's probably still like just as good as season 1. It's just I kind of just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm honest, like it's not because I don't want to. It's because I just have a lot more to do right now. So let's go. The Bullseye guy, he's really dumb. I'd say he's actually kind of an interesting character because he's just having fun with the role. He's obviously not trying to take it seriously. So he plays this assassin dude, and he gets like killed by Daredevil at the end. No, he doesn't. He just like gets put in a full body cast. I think it would have probably worked better if he just died. Now, the dude, Daredevil, decides not to kill the Kingpin. It was like this Kingpin, that guy. Right there, that Kingpin, that guy. He's like the main big bad in the movie. And that's because why? I don't know. So a lot of people like to point out, like, oh, he killed somebody at the beginning, and then he decided not to kill the main guy who even sent that guy, probably. Now, I'd like to point out that this actually makes a little more sense than you're giving it credit for. Because that guy was killed at the beginning, where he was just seeking out justice. Then there was this one kid who was like, oh my gosh, I'm crying because I think that you're, the bad guy because you're just like the devil. Yeah. And he's like, stands his head in contemplation, like, oh. He thinks the bad guy. Maybe I'm actually the bad guy. So he decides not to kill the Kingpin because he doesn't want to be the bad guy. Still, that's still dumb, and it's not good. It's not a good character progression, but whatever. Now, that's the problem, though. It seems to be like the only arc. I guess Elektra kind of has a bit of an arc, like my dog. Wow, my dog's getting mad. Well, I mean, Elektra kind of has like a something. I mean, seriously. But the Elektra kind of has a little bit. I mean, she's like a jerk, and then she's like madly in love with. She's a jerk to him one scene, madly in love with him the next scene. I mean, kind of makes sense, but it's really dumb. Say the director's cut, to be honest, is pretty good. It's not good by any standards, but that's because it's like comparable to Spider-Man and X-Men, but those movies are just as bad. Not gonna be honest. I got the director's cut right here. The director's cut, that's what's on. I don't think you can read it, but it's right there. And it's not good if you're just seeking like bloodthirsty adventure, like if you just want to see people fight for an hour and a half, don't watch this movie. Okay, if you want to just see people fight, watch Punisher Warzone. Okay, it's not a good movie either, but I mean, it's got what you're looking for. But if you're looking for deep, like, thinking about things too, it also don't watch this movie. It's not good for that. If you want to watch like deep, like serious questions people thinking about, like, watch Watchmen. Watchmen's not that much of a good movie either, but at least it's what you're looking for. And if you want a good adaptation of Daredevil, do not watch this either, because the TV show does this a million times better. So I honestly believe that there's no reason for this movie to even exist anymore. This is just pointless. That you can't get any enjoyment out of this that you couldn't get from other places. It is just subpar on every category. at least there's an Elektra movie, which I so excited to watch. I've seen it, and ugh, it's bad. But we're not reviewing that movie. We're reviewing this one. Now, let's go through the characters' acting first, because to be honest, their arc is, all three of their arcs is just like the most stereotypical, like, bad guy, good guy, like trying to feel like, ooh, this is important or whatever. Also, just a side note, kind of, the early 2000s cliches are like this. If you want to see like early 2000s cliches, like this is the movie for you, because like they're, all of them are in this movie, like every single one of them. But whatever. And now to focus on the acting, the Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock, Matt Murdock. I didn't realize how weird that name is. Matt Murdock. Okay. He is pretty good. He's pretty good. He doesn't play the character convincingly or in like a way like trying to be like from the comics, but I mean, he's fine. That's it. I mean, he's pretty good. He, like, I could actually believe, like, he's blind. That makes sense. And there's one funny line in this movie is when, I don't know, maybe I'm just a sucker for this, and this is actually the dumbest line ever or whatever. But he's like trying to get with Elektra, you know, and he's like, I was wondering if you could help me with the honey, and she's like, oh, it's right in front of you. And he was like, oh, can you be more specific? And he's like, what are you blind? Oh, and he's like, oh, I'm just blind. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's not good, but I don't know, it made me laugh. Everything else in this movie is either dumb action or really boring. So Elektra, she's not good. The main thing I can say is she's not boring, I guess. She's kind of entertainingly bad. Her acting is just not good. Now, Bullseye, I actually really like his acting, because he plays it like, yeah, this is insane. I've already been paid, just do whatever the hell you want with me, and then he just, yeah. There's some interesting scenes, I guess, where he strangles an old lady with a peanut, and he kills some guy that wants to do 2 out of 3 with paper clips, and the scene where any scene with him is fun. Kingpin is not in the movie enough. Let's just say that. He just, I guess he also kind of plays it. The guy that plays the Kingpin is like, oh, I'm big guy. I'm big. I'm super strong, and he kind of plays it like the traditional guy, like you would see, like, oh, it's about honor, you know, that guy that is really dumb, but like he thinks he's like super smart, and he thinks he's really good at everything. Now let's go here. Now let's finish this off. Would I recommend the movie? No. Okay, there's not much to say about the movie. It's really bad. There. Would I recommend it? No, I wouldn't. For anyone. This is one of the dumbest movies. There's nobody that I know that could enjoy this movie. It's just bad in every form and way possible. Now, what about my ranking? Probably a 1 or a 2. I don't know, I can't decide. It's bad, but you know, I'm gonna say a 2. It's bad though. It's really bad. I wouldn't recommend it. This movie itself, if you judge it by itself, it's fine. It's a fine action movie. But the fact is, nobody could watch this. It's subpar in every way possible. There are so many other things that you could watch instead of this. Like, again, as I said, you want to watch mindless action, there are a million Punisher movies. Watch them. There are 3, okay? Watch those Punisher movies. Watch the Punisher TV show. There's a Punisher TV. That one's pretty good. I've seen that TV show. It's really good. As a faithful adaptation, watch the Daredevil show. It's way better. As like somebody who wants to contemplate, like think about things, watch every MCU movie. I know that people say that they're just dumb action, and you don't have anything to think about. Yeah, there's some jokes. It's not depressing all the time. But there are actual things to think about. Like, watch Civil War. It's really interesting. Or watch Watchmen, because that one's full of depressing content. Or just read the book. Read the book, Watchmen. I mean, that one's... Everyone loves the book, so, I mean, watch that. I mean, read that. It's not good. So I say a 2 out of 10. A 2 out of 10. That's what I'm going with. A 2 out of 10.